In this video, we're taking a look at yet another of our free audio unit plugins by Apple right here in GarageBand. This time, it is the AU Delay plugin. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and welcome to Studio Live today, where my goal is to help you create, record and release your best music. And once again, we're here in GarageBand. We've got our free Apple AU plugins. Now, I've been through a few of these already and there's a whole playlist linked up the top and in the description if you want to catch up on the rest of the series. Now, those of you who have used GarageBand before will probably be saying right now, Pete, we have a delay plugin. It's called Track Echo. It's very cool. It has a heap of options. Why on earth would I want to use a separate delay plugin? Well, there's some things that this delay plugin can do that our Track Echo simply can't do or doesn't have the options to support. So let's jump in and show you that right now. Now, to demonstrate the delay plugin here in GarageBand, I've got a little 3-track jam here with just some drums, some bass and some organ. It sounds like this. And that sounds okay. Let's just turn the bass down a little bit, but we want this organ to have a little bit of flavor to it. We want to add a delay plugin to give this some flavor. So what I would normally do here is we'll come in here to our track settings here. We'll come down to plugins and EQ. It may be in the top right corner if you're on a smaller iPhone. We'll come in, we'll go edit, and then we can actually add these in. Now, I've already added them in. Let's just remove them so we can go from scratch. So your first option here is to indeed use, we'll tap here, we'll go to our Track Echo. And this is a delay plugin built into GarageBand. And what we can do here is we can adjust the time and we can do everything from like a half note all the way to a 30-second note. And this will use whatever tempo you have as the basis for your delay, which is cool. You can then control your repeat, your color of your signal, and your wet and dry dials. But that's not what we're talking about here today. We've got another video all about that, which you can check out in the link above and in the description. There's some things that this can't do that we can do with our AU delay plugin. So let's hit edit and let's add that one in here instead. So we'll tap, we'll go to audio unit extensions and we'll come down to AU delay. We'll turn off the Track Echo and then we'll tap right here on the orange icon here to jump into our delay settings, and I'll take you through these now. So let's jump in and take a look at this interface. The first dial we have is our dry wet mix. So at 0 down here, it means that there's none of the delay. None of the effect is going to be on our signal. And as we dial this up, more and more is applied until we reach 100%, which means none of the original signal is in there and just the delayed affected signal is going to play back. I generally dial this down to around sort of 10 to 20%, so we'll leave it down there. Delay time. Now, this is where this effect varies and is different from the other delay. So instead of using the actual notes, so a 32nd, a 16th, an 8th, a quarter note as our delay time and using the BPM, we can dial this into anything. Now, you might say, Pete, that's actually less useful. I want my delay to be right on the beat. Well, you don't always. Sometimes you want some nice epic ambient delay, so you might throw this out around 1 or 2 seconds. And sometimes you want what's called a slapback delay, which is something very short. That's great for vocals, and we're going to try it out on this organ. So we'll bring this right down to maybe just like a point, not even 0.1 second. So it's really hitting it straight after that original note. So that's our delay time setting there. Next, we have our feedback. So if we dial this feedback up to 100%, it means it's going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. So generally, you don't want that unless you want a really ambient kind of effect. So we can dial that one down. Let's put that around about that 20% mark as well for now. And finally, we have our low pass cutoff frequency. Now this is pretty cool. Now you've got the dark and the light, or whatever they call it in the other one, that you can actually dial in with this. But for this, we get accurate control over where we want that cutoff to be. So the low pass basically means that this is only going to let through into the delay or the echo here, the very low frequencies if we have it down here, or as we bring it up, it's going to let more high frequencies. And this is cool because a delay, you often don't want it to have a lot of high frequencies because that's going to compete with your original sound. So ordinarily, for something like this, I might drop this down to 5,000 hertz or even lower, down to 1,000 hertz, just so that we get that sort of ambient, that darker style of delay. So very cool options to have in here. And again, only 4 sliders, but you get a lot of flexibility with this. So we'll hit on done. We'll bring that one back maybe to 5,000. We'll hit on done. Let's take a listen to this organ track by itself, and then we'll turn the delay on and take a listen. So there it is without the delay. Let's turn on our delay now and hit play. So you can hear that immediate slapback delay. We'll delay it out a little bit more so you can actually really hear the delay coming in here. If we play that back again. So you can see there, if you bring the delay time out, you can get a more sort of ambient feel and you can get that sort of flow-on effect. And again, if we wanted it to be really intense, we bring the feedback up. So you can imagine here using on some of your synth instruments, you can really dial in and play around with this. Let's bring it back to an even shorter slapback delay, around sort of 0.05, like that. We'll bring the feedback down again and we'll play this. So again, it's just thickening up the sound now. So if we bring this back into our mix with this delay on here, let's take a listen. You can barely hear it right. It's just going like that. That's really cool, and I like that sound. Now, it's really cool on things like vocals as well, and you know I can't resist adding some vocals to a track once I get recording. So let's come in here, we'll add a vocal track, and I'll show you how we can use this on vocals as well. So let's hit the big plus button, let's hit the audio recorder, we'll be here, we'll bring in our lead vocals, we'll go to clean, let's bring it in to our vocals, go to lead vocals, and here we go. We've got it ready to go. I won't monitor this, otherwise we'll all be hearing a bunch of feedback through my mixer, but I can see there that it's coming in there. It'll be about right. So let's just improvise a little bit of a ditty here now if we hit record. This is the best delay plugin 'cause it's free. It don't cost you a dime, yeah. So there is my vocal performance there. We'll come back out here and there we go. So let's just solo these vocals and take a listen first without any sort of this delay plugin on there. This is the best delay plugin 'cause it's free. You know what we got? We've actually got all the delay on from here. So let's turn off our voice hall here and we'll just make sure we've got no other effects added to this one. We'll turn off the track reverb, we'll turn off the effect EQ and even the overdrive. We'll just leave the compressor on there so we can play around with this. All right, let's come in here, we'll dial in and let's add some slap back delay. Firstly, we need to remove this one like that. We'll hit the plus button again and we'll go audio unit extensions, we'll hit delay and then we'll come and dial it in. So again, we want the delay time to be super short, around about that one there. Give it a little bit more feedback so we can actually hear it here and we'll mix it in a little bit more as well and we'll yeah, we could have the, see now we get the cutoff frequency all the way up to 22, so we'll just put it around about there. Let's now take a listen to this. Are we soloed? We'll come back to our track view. Yep, we're soloed. Let's take a listen. This is the best delay plugin 'cause it's free. So there you go, you can hear that slap back delay is pretty cool. Let's bring this back into the mix and see what we've got here. We'll turn our organ down a little bit. This is the best delay plugin 'cause it's free. It don't cost you a dime. Yeah. And what I'd probably hear there is I go, yeah, still a little bit too delayed. So we just want to thicken it up. Let's bring it back to, you know, about that 0.06. Try it again. This is the best delay plugin 'cause it's free. It don't cost you a dime. And there you go. It can be pretty cool. It's a good way to add in some delay there. So there you go. That's what the difference is between our delay plugin here. We've got some cool options here. It's similar to your track echo, but you can actually do some additional cool things in here. If you want to check out some more plugins here in GarageBand, there's 2 videos linked right down below. You can subscribe by clicking or tapping on the Studio Live Today icon for even more videos, and I'll see you next time.